Hey guys, good morning. I hope that you have been having a great week. I hope that you have had no problems with your homeworks. I hope that you have been chilling at home. Um, I just hope that you have been okay. That's all that I wish for you. So today we are going to start reading. For the ones that haven't sent the homeworks, Joan, Rigoberto, I keep texting you in the platform and you keep not answering. I need my homeworks in the private messages. I keep telling you and you keep forgetting, or maybe I'm not explaining that well. But if you post them in the wall, they're gonna be erased, so I won't be able to see them. So you have to post them in private messages. If you are in your phone, in the bottom part, it says descubrir mensajes, something else, and you go to mensajes and you click on a little blue pencil that is in the corner or in this corner, and you write Mr. MR, or you just write Santos, and then you can write me a message in there, kind of like WhatsApp, but it's not WhatsApp. Don't WhatsApp me your pictures. Because it's organization and we have to be organized. Thank you guys. So I hope that you have been sending your homeworks. There's a bunch of people that haven't even sent the first, so I hope that you start sending them very soon. And that's basically it. Okay, let's start. So last quarter we read until chapter 19. Today we are going to start with chapter 20. I will read half of the chapter, and then you're gonna read the rest of the chapter. Oh no, wait, it's super small. Well, we are going to do chapter 20, and then you will do, and I will start doing 22, and then you'll finish 22. How about that? Yay, well, they're very small. I'll do 21 and 22, and then I'll start 23, and then you'll finish it. How about that, okay? That sounds better, because they're very small. I'll read half of 23. Okay. So 21, 21, 20, 20, 21. Wait. And yeah. Sorry guys, I get confused all the time. Okay, so I'll read 20 and 21. I'll start 22 and you'll finish. I'm sorry. It's so hot today. So hot. I feel all red and stuff. I look red. Okay, so let's start. Chapter 20. If you don't have it, pause it and go get it. And remember, guys, something that you have been using is the subtitles in the video. So if you just go to the bottom part of the video, there's two little letters in a button that says CC. That's closed caption. Those are your subtitles. So if you struggle listening to me, maybe you can go to the subtitles and read what I'm also saying, okay? So, subtitles, guys. Okay, chapter 20. So, as you can remember, they were already in the ocean running away from on Sponge and on Spiker. And they were being chased by some shark. So, they were in trouble. So, they were trying to find a solution for that because they didn't want to be eaten by the shark. Okay. So, James had an idea. There is something that I believe we might try, James Henry Trotter said slowly. I'm not saying it'll work. Tell us, cried the airworm. Tell us quick. We'll try anything you say, said the centipede. But hurry, hurry, hurry. Be quiet and let the voice speak, said the ladybug. Go on, James. They all moved a little closer to him. There was a longish pause. Go on, they cried frantically. Go on. And all the time while they were waiting, they could hear the sharks threshing around in the water below them. It was enough to make anyone frantic. Hush, hush, hush. The sharks were eating the peach. Come on, James, the ladybug said, coaxing him. See, I'm trying to read it, but I was making a craft for my friend in the States, Karen, And I still have some flowers from what I was doing for her, and I don't wanna put them on trash because it's good. Come on, James, the ladybug said, coaxing him. I'm afraid it's not good after all. James murmured, shaking his head. I'm terribly sorry. I forgot. We don't have any string. We need hundreds of yards of string to make this work. What sort of string? Asked the old green grasshopper sharply. Any sort, just so long and it's strong. But my dear boy, that's exactly what we do have. We've all what you want. How? Where? The silkworm, cried the green old grasshopper. Didn't you ever notice the silkworm? He's still downstairs. He never moves. He just lies there sleeping all day. But we can easily wake him up and make him spin. And what about me, may I ask? Said Miss Spider. I can spin just as well as any silkworm. What's more, I can spin patterns. Can you make enough between you? Asked James. As much as you want. And quickly, of course, of course. And would it be strong? The stronger that is. And as thick as your finger. That's really thick. But why? What are you going to do? I'm going to leave this peach clear out of the water, James announced firmly. You're mad, cried the airworm. It's our only chance. The boy's crazy. He's joking. Go on, James, the ladybug said gently. How are you going to do it? Skyhooks, I suppose, jeered the centipede. Seagulls, James answered calmly. The place is full of them. Look up there. And the sky was full of seagulls. Seagulls are those white birds that you find in the ocean. We've seen them in the movie. They all looked up and saw a great mass of seagulls wheeling round and round in the sky. I'm going to take a long silk string, James went on, and I'm going to loop one end of it around the seagull's neck, and then I'm going to tie the other end to the stem of the peach. He pointed to the peach stem, which was standing up like a short, thick mast in the middle of the deck. Then I'm going to get another seagull and do the same thing, and then another and another. Ridiculous, they shouted. Absurd. Poppycock. Balderdash. Madness. So all of these words were words that they were using to exaggerate their emotions. I don't think poppycock and balderdash actually exist, but ridiculous, absurd, and madness they do. Mostly madness, that it's kind of like when you're acting crazy. And the old green grasshopper said, how can a few seagulls lift an enormous thing like this up into the air? And all of us as well. It would take hundreds, thousands. There is no shortage of seagulls, James answered. Look for yourself. We probably need 400, 500, 600, maybe 1,000. Look, I don't know. I shall simply go on hooking them up to the stem until we have enough to lift us. They'll be bound to lift us in the end. It's like balloons. You give someone enough balloons to hold, really enough, then up it goes. And a seagull has far more lifting power than a balloon. If only we have the time to do it. If only we are not sunk first by those awful sharks. So as you can remember, there is another movie where is referenced this moment. In the movie Up by Disney, Mr. Fredricksen, he was living in an old house because he was sad that he lost his wife. And I don't remember the name of the kid. Forgot the name. I know the name of the bird, Kevin. So when the little kid was trying to, I think that it was Mr. Fredricksen that was trying to hook some balloons to the house so it would fly up. Yeah, it was Mr. Fredricksen. And he got the little Chinese chubby kid by accident. So as you can see, these experiments of using balloons to fly away have worked. Don't try it at home. You're absolutely off your head, said the airworm. How on earth do you suppose to get a loop of string around a seagull's neck? I suppose you're going to fly up there yourself and catch it. The boy's dirty, said the centipede. Let him finish, said the ladybug. Go on, James. How would you do it? With bait? Bait? What sort of bait? With a worm, of course. Seagulls love worms, didn't you know that? And luckily for us, we have the biggest, fattest, pinkest, juiciest earworm in the world. You can stop right there, the earworm said sharply. That's quite enough. The earworm was the worm. Go on, the other said, beginning to grow interested. Go on. The seagulls have already spotted him, James continued. That's why there are so many of them circle around. But they didn't come down to get him while all the rest of us are standing here. So this is what... Stop! Cried the earworm. Stop, stop, stop. I won't have it. I refuse it. Be quiet, said the centipede. Mind your own business. I like that. My dear earworm, you're going to be eaten anyway, so what difference does it make whether it's sharks or seagulls? I won't do it. Why don't we hear what the plan is first? Said the old green grasshopper. I don't have a hoot what the plan is, cried the earworm. I am not going to be pegged to death by a bunch of seagulls. You will be a martyr, said the centipede. I shall respect you for the rest of my life. So will I, said Miss Spider, and your name will be in all the newspapers. Earworm gives lies to save his friends. But he won't have to give his life, James told them. Now, listen to me. This is what we'll do. So James was planning on using the centipede as a bait to call the attention of the birds, and then when the birds would go there, he would catch him because the earworm was calling the seagull's attention. Now, obviously, the earworm was afraid that he would be eaten by the seagulls because obviously the seagulls eat earthworms, so they would take him away and he would never have the opportunity to live. But James had a plan, and in the plan didn't include killing the earthworms, so he was completely safe. Let's see what the plan is. 21. Why, it's absolutely brilliant. Sorry. Why, it's absolutely brilliant, cried the old green grasshopper when James had explained his plan. The boy's a genius, the centipede announced. Now I can keep my boots on after all. Oh, I shall be pegged to death, wailed the poor earworm. Of course you won't. I will. I know I will. And I won't be able to see them coming at me because I have no eyes. James went over and put an arm gently around the earworm's shoulders. I won't let them touch you, he said. I promise I won't, but we got to hurry. Look down there. There were more sharks than ever now around the beach. The water was boiling with them. There must have been 90 or 100 at least. And the travelers up on top, it certainly seemed as though the beach were sinking lower and lower in the water. Action stations! James shouted. Jump to it! There's no moment to lose. He was the captain now, and everyone knew it. They would do whatever he told them. So, because they were trying to hurry up to leave the pitch from the water, to make it fly, they were trying to hurry it up, because if they didn't, the sharks would eat it. All hands below deck except earworm, he ordered. Yes, yes, they said eagerly, as they scuttled into the tunnel entrance. Come on, let's hurry. And you, centipede, James shouted, hop downstairs and get that silkworm to work at once. Tell him to spin as he's never spun before. Our lives depend upon it. And the same applies to you, Miss Spider. Hurry on down. Start spinning. So as you can see, they were getting ready to execute their plan. So far we have done 21 and 22. I'm going to start 20 and 21. Sorry, I keep mistaking. I'm going to start 22. See, I have a, this book has a very beautiful illustration. I like the other illustrations better, the original illustrations, but this tells you when the earthworm was being bathed and then when the seagull was going. 22. In a few minutes, everything was ready. It was very quiet now on top of the beach. There was nobody in sight, nobody except the earthworm. One half of the earthworm, looking like a great thick juicy pink sausage, lay innocently in the sun for all the seagulls to see. Oh. The other half of him was dangling down the tunnel. James was crouching close beside the earthworm in the tunnel entrance, just below the surface, waiting for the first seagull. He had a loop of silk string in his hands. He had a loop of silk that he would tie the seagull with. The ogre and grasshopper and the ladybug were farther down the tunnel, holding into the earthworm's tail, ready to pull him quickly out of danger as soon as James gave the word. And far below, in the great hollow stone of the pitch, the glowworm was lighting up the rooms at the two of spinners. The silkworm and Miss Spider could see what they were doing. The centipede was down there too, exhorting them both frantically to great efforts, and every now and again James could hear his voice coming up faintly from the depths, shouting, "Spin, silkworm, spin, you great fat lazy brute! Faster, faster, or we'll throw you to the sharks!" Centipede is aggressive. So I'm going to read until this part. You are going to finish chapter 22, and then tomorrow we will read chapter 23. Okay? So I hope that you have been having fun, and I hope that you finish your work, and I hope that you watch this video more than one time, and I hope that you read these things more than one time, because at the end of the week I will give you a couple questions that you have to answer. I will dictate these questions in one video so you don't lose any of the questions, just like we did before. And I hope that you're okay. See you guys.